Hey guys, I'm TARDIS Avenger. Today we're doing something a little bit different. As you will have noticed, I haven't been doing my reactions. At this time, I'm struggling to keep up with it. Just my life's got a bit mental and crazy. I just don't have the time. I'm barely keeping up with the series just as a casual viewer. So I thought I'd do something, as I said, just a little bit different. To let you guys get to know a bit more about me, specifically my history with gaming. I'm more of a gamer now than I used to be. I was very, very casual as when I was a lot younger. The reason for that, I'll get into it, but I wanted to make this video because we recently saw the launch of the Nintendo Switch, and I actually drove a friend of mine to the launch. I'm broke, so I didn't get anything. And you know, it's weird. I've never been to a game launch before, like a platform launch or any kind of launch actually, and I got a bit nostalgic because you might look at me and think, she's a kid. I said she. Please be wary of that. I said she. Just for clarity's sake, I'm actually gonna say this. I am female. I am a female gamer. If you don't like it, that's not my problem. Don't watch my videos. I don't care. I can do without your negativity in my life. I just want to get that out of the way. Yeah, you're probably looking at me going, there's no way in hell that she has... she's a kid. You're wrong. Not even close. I'll get into it more. I did some research and I'm actually quite shocked with the results. But yeah, growing up when I did, video games weren't really much of a thing. It was a dark time. It was a very dark time. And pretty much for the most part, I was either out with my friends, doing kids and teenage stuff, or I was watching the telly. When we were away on holidays, I actually spent most of my time playing board games. For kids who don't know, it's a bit of board, size varying depending on your game, and you have to do this thing called socializing. It's especially with your family. It was weird, but it was normal at the time. Not so normal anymore for basically everyone. Sorry, my ears are a bit funny. Those were good times though. I'm one of 7. I'm the second youngest of 7. So I actually used to spend a lot of time with my family. And we used to play a lot of board games. Monopoly was a favorite. We also had a game called Payday. Not sure how familiar people will be with that one. It's an awesome game. If you're into board games, check it out. Why not? I enjoyed it as a kid. Hell, I'd still sit down. If I had people to sit down with and play a board game, I would. I love board games. I don't care how old I am. So yeah, that was one of the big things. To be honest, I'm not sure which came first. And no, I'm not talking about the chicken and the egg. I had two there were two major what's the word? There were two major ways to play video games, or three, when I was growing up. There was the Game Boy. I bet anyone outside the 90s will have no idea what that is. There was the original PlayStation, and there was computer games, but it was mainly Solitaire, Minesweep, and Lemmings. Lemmings is a funny one. I haven't been able to track it down though, which is quite upsetting. We all shared. 5 of us lived in the house with my parents. 2 of them had already grown up, gone off, and done their own thing. So yeah, that's still a lot of kids for one gaming station, for one PlayStation. So yeah, we had that. All 5 of us had to share that, and then all of us had our own Game Boy Colors. And I got, with mine, it was yellow, and I also got Pokemon Yellow, which is the one where the original with red and blue, you picked your main starter, Charmander, Squirtle, Bulbasaur. I can imagine kids nowadays going, huh? What the hell is that? But with Pokemon Yellow, you automatically got Pikachu, and he automatically refused to stay in the Pokeball. So you actually spent the whole game being followed by Pikachu, and it was the coolest thing ever. And the biggest difference, the biggest thing, would be lighting. Because everything with a screen nowadays has an internally built light. Where's my phone? This is my phone. Switch it on. It lights up. Pretty much everything with a screen does that now, including my housemate's watch. This did not exist when I was growing up. If you were driving on a night in the car, like with your parents or whoever, and you wanted to play your Game Boy, or you wanted to read a book, of which I used to do a lot, I still do actually, you had to fight with me specifically, I had to fight with my siblings for the window seat. I'm the second youngest, so it never usually happened. Unless we weren't all in the same car. So the idea was that every time you went through a street with streetlights, you would be like this, against the window. And as soon as you were out of the streetlights, that's it. You had to wait for the next lot of streetlights. That was life. That was life, and that was very freaking hard, but oh so worth it. I was a child, I didn't know any better. Let's be honest. And yeah, there's one of my first PlayStation memories would have to be Crash Bandicoot. There's no way you grew up, and if you did, I feel very sorry for you, but there was no way that you could own a PlayStation, the original PlayStation, and not own Crash Bandicoot. That would be like owning a Nintendo 64 and not having ever played Super Mario Brothers. Which most people thought was weird because I never owned a Nintendo 64. I've never even played a Nintendo 64. As I say, I've mostly had PlayStations. Please don't start a PlayStation versus Xbox fight. I just don't want to deal with it. That was what this was originally gonna be, is Xbox versus PlayStation. But that's a can of worms I'm not Very near. Because obviously, having said that, my bias is towards PlayStation. I do like the Xbox though. I quite enjoy the Xbox. I'm just more towards the PlayStation. I was gonna say something. Oh yeah, so I did a little bit of research, and the Game Boy Color, seriously, Google it if you've got no idea what I'm talking about. They were the coolest thing at the time. The Game Boy Color was released in 1998. The PlayStation, the very first PlayStation, was released in 1994. And this is going to put into perspective round about my age. I am older than both of them. Yeah. I can hear people's minds going, what? It was very weird. I thought they were a bit later than that, but nope, turns out I'm older than the PlayStation. Which is a scary thought. Yeah, no, I did sort of see, again, growing up the way I did, 5 kids, 1 PlayStation, I didn't play it a lot. And when I did, it was mostly with my brothers, and it was usually racing games. I didn't go anywhere near shooters because my parents didn't want that in our house. Which is completely understandable. For so many reasons. Like, if you... I'm English, put it this way. I was born in the UK. And my parents are very old-fashioned. I mean, very old-fashioned. They do not like guns, they do not like violence. Which doesn't explain a lot about me. That's gonna get me murdered, I swear to God. The comment's gonna get me in trouble. So yeah, I mostly played racing excuse me. I mostly played racing games until I guess my mid-late teens. Something like that. While I was, after I moved out to Australia and started hanging out at my mate's place and playing a bit more. That's when I kind of started to get into the, shooty, boom games. That was a terrible, terrible exposition right there. Holy shit. The very first time I played the Xbox, I believe I was 16 or 17. And that just confused me. Press X. I'm pressing X. That's not X. That's it. That's A. Ah! And now I can just give me a controller and I can play both. I really, really don't care. And I should have got those off the shelf. Hang on. Need that one. Where's Uncharted gone? I've lost one of my games. What the hell is going on? I can't find it. I can't find it. What did I do with it? That's 2 and that's 3 and that's not even related to what I'm doing. Yeah, I found it. Alright, so, currently I own a PlayStation 3. Because, and this is the reason I was gonna go into the whole platforming thing, was because it's annoying, to be quite frank, because I bought the PS3 so I could play specific games. Because they only come on the PlayStation, should I say. Unfortunately, one of the games that I wanted to play, I have it on Steam. My laptop won't let me play it at all. It is still sitting on my Steam. I can't play it. My system requirements are too low. Problem with this is I went into my local game store and I asked them if they had this, and not only did they only released a limited number of the actual physical console games, because everybody else, most people are now drifting towards Steam and playing games on the computer. They didn't have it on the PS3. Alright, and this is what I'm talking about. This is Rise of the Tomb Raider. And it is I really enjoyed playing it. This has turned into a game review. What the hell? So yeah, I can't play this on my computer. So I bought it on the Xbox. I don't own an Xbox. I'm actually borrowing my housemate's. I've had to borrow an Xbox to play this game. It's ridiculous. This was only released on Steam, the Xbox 360, and the PS4. I only got my PS3 a couple of months ago. There was no way in hell I was trading it in and forking out another $200-300 for a new PlayStation. Nah, not happening. Plus, most of my games on. A lot of the games I've got are for the PS3. The other two games I'm playing at the moment are PlayStation 3, PS3 exclusive. Which again is a problem. It's like, why? I just want the, personally, I think Sony and Microsoft should get together, make a little baby console, and then we wouldn't have to worry about this platforming crap. We wouldn't have to worry about it, because they'd all be on the same platform. Seriously, I had no choice. As a kid, I had no choice. I had one gaming station, and if the game, on the off chance they didn't have the game I was looking for, I didn't buy games. What am I talking about? I played everybody else's. So yeah, these two, also both PlayStation exclusive. The Last of Us. Oh, I should probably take that off. I left the fucking price tags on. That's just fucking genius. That's close enough. I'll do. Right. So these two games, Uncharted and The Last of Us. I'm currently playing these. I've already played Uncharted 2 and 3. I own both of them. I am not finding them. Please don't ask me to. Because I literally only just got this, but I enjoy the Uncharted series. It's one of the reasons I bought the PlayStation. The Last of Us, I'm enjoying playing it, but because it doesn't really give you a sense of where you're supposed to be going, it's a little bit frustrating. But shit. Yeah, it is a little bit frustrating, but I'm enjoying it. Get to shoot undead things. It's not too bad. I quite enjoyed the Portal games. I've played through both of them. The first time I played Portal was actually on the Xbox 360 at a friend's house way back when I lived in another state. I've also played it on Steam. I own it on Steam. It's a great little game. It's not the longest game in the universe, but it's still a pretty good game. The other ones I've got, I haven't actually played through yet. I've got Arkham City and Arkham Asylum. I'm actually looking at my games. Sleeping Dogs. I enjoy that game. It's like, it's pretty much Grand Theft Auto, but it's set in Hong Kong, and you are playing an undercover police detective. I have played GTA 5. I can't afford to buy GTA 5. There are a lot of video games. I enjoy playing video games. It's just gaming has become quite a big part of our culture now, and I think it's cool. It's not, you don't have to hide that you're a geek or a nerd anymore. It's great. I love it. It's just like, I play video games. Great, me too. You wouldn't, 10 years ago, you wouldn't admit that. You just wouldn't admit that. And now everyone, they have conventions. I want to go to one of these conventions. I just don't live anywhere practically near one, unless I take a 2.5-hour bus ride. I can't be bothered doing that. I've done it. I did it once to get here. I'm not doing it on the way back. Ooh, another game I haven't played for a while. CSGO. I have played CSGO. For those of you not in the know, it's Counter-Strike Global Offensive. And it was great. I suck at it, but it was fun, and it was something I could play with my friends who I was living with at the time. And then the sales happened, and all the squeakers descended upon the game, and yeah, it was kind of like, I'm going to shelf this for a while. I don't think I've played since July. That's the last time I played. So yeah. I hope this has been informative. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'll try and get some more stuff done. Not sure when, not sure what it'll be, but I'll definitely try and get finales for all my series done. And yeah, if you enjoyed it, please like it. If you like me, subscribe, and I'll see you all in the next video.